What's up, people? Angry Chadians are calling for France to leave their country after a French military medic killed a local. I'm Chibuzo Machuku. I'd appreciate you liking this video and subscribing to my channel. The unfortunate incident happened after a local soldier used a scalpel to attack the medic. Because of that murder, the Chadians are seriously asking for all diplomats and troops of France to leave their country now. I rolled clips.
Military base in northern Chad after a local soldier was killed on Tuesday. Now, the incident occurred at the French Faya-Largeau military compound where troops have been deployed to fight jihadists in West Africa's Sahel region. Paris diplomats reported that a French army medic shot and killed the Chadian soldier who had reportedly attacked him, and then all these protests followed. A few more details now with this local journalist.
A French army soldier from the Barkhane mission killed a Chadian citizen at the Faya-Largeau French military base. This unfortunate event took place at the infirmary on the base where the Chadian died after being shot. The locals went there and started protesting immediately with attempts to penetrate the base. Locals say they no longer want the French presence in Chad.
The French need to leave. All the time they've been here, they are robbing us. They kill us. They have to leave now. We don't want anything from you. Leave our territory.
The young man was shot deliberately. We are against it. The French took everything from us. We can't even provide for our needs because the French have taken our property. And on top of that, they kill us. Let them go home. We're sick of them and their colonization.
We don't agree anymore. One of our own gets killed. We don't want that anymore. We don't want friends anymore.
Anti-French sentiment are gaining momentum in Chad, follows the likes of several West African countries. You probably know them by now: Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. All three have been subject to military coups, which have been essentially staged to kick out Parisian forces after new governments were established. The French president, meantime, Macron, referring to these changes in Africa as a, quote, epidemic.
There is an epidemic of putschs throughout the Sahel, but based on what? On the weakness of the military systems, on an insufficient effectiveness, and also on the policy that we must lead and support with the entire region.
Well, we've spoken to people from another historical French colony, that of Sudan. They gave their take on the series of coups and what is this, well, blossoming anti-French sentiment across the vast Sahel region.
All of them, that Africa are suffering from the West policies. So what is happening? Really, it is the beginning for the true independence to keep our resource and to keep our life and to keep our futures.
What they are doing right now is liberation from what's happening all around the world, because they had enough from the Western, they had enough from Europe. So I guess it's their time to get their independent.
The people there feel that their resources are being mobilized and utilized by their past colonizers, France particularly. And they suffer from the malnutrition, bad living conditions due to the authorization.
As you know, there are colonialists from multiple countries in Africa. France is not the only one. However, I see why a lot of attention is on France. The way the officials, like the diplomats and the troops of that country conduct themselves is highly disrespectful and disturbing. Like the other Western countries, the French officials would not tolerate Africans coming to their country illegally. But look at this. The diplomats and troops of France, the president of France as well, and his administration enter Africa like it was their playground. They enter anyhow and they cause trouble through puppet leaders. Leaders of African countries. Yes, countries that used to be colonies of France. They would steal the resources or pay little for them. They take all resources, leaving nothing. This is highly disturbing. Not only that they make sure France lives a perfect life, but also leave those countries in Africa that used to be colonies of France in trashy states, leaving them with nothing. This is why a lot of Africans tried to get to Europe using boats, starting from Tunisia. This is also the same reason coups happened. It is mainly about France. Yes, I agree that USA, Germany, and so on should leave the continent. So should the EU. But France, the way the people of that country behave in Africa is highly intolerable. Those people in Africa have had more than enough. Chad needs not only to issue a travel ban from France to their country or vice versa, but also needs to sever diplomatic ties with France. All other countries of Africa need to do the same thing. The French embassies in African countries, not only Chad, need to be closed. What kind of relationship with France is that? That is nothing like a symbiotic relationship. France is a parasitic nation. It is extremely parasitic. The country would not back away till forced to. I think Chad should bond with Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. I'm not sure if it's part of the Sahel, but maybe that organization should change its name to be able to include Chad. Enough is enough. France needs to leave now. All other African countries that still have troops from France and the diplomats from that country as well need to get rid of France. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.